In a breaking news release today, it seems that the U.S. banks are asking the SEC if they can custody Bitcoin. Is this a good thing or not? Welcome back, everyone. We're going to dive into this tweet from @GoingParabolic. Breaking. U.S. banks have asked the SEC for permission to store Bitcoin. All right, so it looks like we've got an article that came out about this. Bitcoin storage. U.S. banks seek SEC approval as they U-turn on crypto. Now, I know some people are sitting here cheering and thinking, all right, that's it. Legacy system, they're accepting us. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Anyways, financial groups lobby the SEC to change accounting rules that make it costly for banks to hold crypto. Okay, so it's not that they can't right now. It's that they are not incentivized to, okay, because essentially crypto is seen, or Bitcoin is seen, as a liability to the banks and not an asset, right? So they're not incentivized to hang on to that. Anyways, bipartisan lawmakers pressured the SEC to revoke its accounting guidance, accusing the agency of overstepping authority. It's so unusual. Under the present rules, when banks custody digital assets for their customers, these holdings are treated as liabilities. This requires banks to allocate equivalent assets to safeguard against potential losses in turn. This ensures they meet capital requirement standards. The trade group argues this approach imposes unnecessary financial burdens on the banks involved in the custody of digital assets. The first proposed change involves narrowing the definition of what is considered a cryptocurrency asset for accounting purposes. The groups suggest excluding traditional assets that use blockchain technology for recording or transferring purposes, such as tokenized deposits. Additionally, they recommend excluding tokens that underpin SEC-sanctioned products, excluding spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds from being categorized under the broad crypto umbrella. The second proposal seeks to relieve regulated lenders from the obligation to list cryptocurrencies under their custody as liabilities on their balance sheets. However, this exemption would not eliminate the need for these institutions to transparently report their cryptocurrency-related activities within their financial statements. This will, it is hoped, create a more supportive environment for the integration of blockchain technology and crypto assets in traditional banking systems while ensuring transparency and regulatory compliance. ETF approvals. We're seeing the regulatory environment ramp up. On the weekly episode, I discussed the video of Carol House. Okay, addressing the House Committee, talking about the need for increased regulation of the miners, okay, and essentially more KYC encroachment on people and companies who decide they want to mine Bitcoin. So, and now we're seeing this, which seems, right, to the average person who was brainwashed, right, from the time we can remember, to trust third parties. So now it seems like, hey, wait a second, the banks are asking for the ability to make it easier for them, right, to incentivize them to custody Bitcoin. This is not good for us, okay? So people need to go and do some research on the Executive Order 6102, okay? And yeah, do I necessarily think that that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin? No, not necessarily. Do I think it's a possibility? Yeah, I do think it's a possibility. So again, this goes to the point of making sure that you hold your own keys, making sure that you do not keep your Bitcoin on exchanges. And again, the ETFs, yes, I get it, right, that BlackRock and these companies are buying Bitcoin themselves. But you, as an ETF shareholder, you have no claim to that Bitcoin. None. Okay, so you're not actually holding any Bitcoin. It's just IOUs. It's just shares, right? They created them out of thin air. The product is the shares. The product is not Bitcoin. Anyways, so yeah, guys, I do think this is again the very early stages of then they fight you. I think that this regulation, even though or I should say not this regulation, but this request seems as though it's a win for the little guy. But It is not, or it's not even a request for a win for the little guy. What it is, in my eyes, is a way to, again, continue the habit of being comfortable, trusting third parties that do not have our best interests at heart. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe. I'm going to catch you guys all tomorrow.